What's happening?
How are you? Happy Tuesday. Tuesday.
I know.
We're live.
We are. Yeah.
You look great. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the Penalty Box Live. If you're here, shout out to Woodstock Inn and Brewery, our wonderful sponsor. And yeah, we're excited. We have Adrian Salisbury on today, which should be really cool. We've had already some chats with him, and I think maybe he's going to drop a little knowledge. I mean, apparently there's some secret secret covert stuff with ECAMM that maybe he's going to drop to. I don't even know. Or just egg it out of him. I'm not sure.
Right.
So
I doubt that's going to happen. But good morning, Eric, and I'm very excited to have Adrian on today because Adrian helped me a lot. We all joined different groups and took different training during the COVID lockdown of our businesses. And
Yep.
I would, hey, Brian, good morning, Brian Cristiano. And I would say that Adrian was one of the top that really helped me get through and change my game a little bit. So I can't wait to have him on today.
yeah, exciting. I want to share this real quick into that ECAMM group because that's kind of some of his people. So I want to share this thing real quick. And there, we're shared. So we're going to kick this off with some shots on goal today. What do you got?
You want me to go first? You want to go first?
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Okay. Hey, have you ever heard of Wallet Hub? Ever hear of the site Wallet Hub? It's a personal finance. Yeah, it's a personal finance site. Helps you get like loans and credit cards and that kind of stuff. You know.
Okay.
But it came up as an email to me. I don't know why, but there was an article in there the other day that really hit home to me, and I thought I would share it with you. It ranks the best and worst states to raise a family, right?
Okay.
Right. And so it's based on family fun, health and safety, education, and affordability. So those were their four things, right? So the number one state, I'll just cut to the chase. The number one state to raise a family is the state of Massachusetts, which I don't really get. It's right next door to me, but whatever. So, but I'm proud that we came in, the state of New Hampshire came in number 6.
Bring it.
Right. So I would like you to defend how come Oklahoma is number 46, dude. 46.
I'm like, bring it. You know, that's an interesting question. Obviously, I live in Oklahoma, and I never understand those things. I do actually understand it. I understand it from an economical standpoint. There's no better place probably to raise your kids. You know, I live in a state where you pull up to a 4-way stop and it's going to be a contest on who can wave somebody on quick, to go, versus if you live in Massachusetts, it's going to be who can go first. But from the standpoint of jobs or schools, or we were ranked worst in bridges. I mean, some of that infrastructure stuff is the stuff that's not good, but there are great people that live here. And that's, that is what it is. But and secondly, screw you, Tim. Screw you for bringing it up.
So I have some honorable mentions. Our friend Kara Borski, that you guys, she was number 1 in the state of Iowa in affordability.
Wow. Brian Cristiano says, "Where's New York in that list?" Probably, probably 52nd.
It's way down the list, Brian. Way down the list. New Hampshire, another kudos, number 1 in lowest infant mortality rate. Number 2 in the lowest violent crime rate. But shout out to an ex-Megaminder, Sean Litvock's cousin, Sherry. Yeah. Nevada, number 50. The worst state when it comes to divorce. I wonder why.
Right.
So shot on goal.
Right. No doubt. Well, my shot on goal, not my quarterback, right? But shot on goal, shout out to Tom Brady, big win. But more importantly, I want to talk about the fact that he's the oldest quarterback to throw a touchdown, I believe, in an NFL football game or in an NFL playoff game. And Twitter kind of broke on Sunday or Saturday, whatever day that was, Sunday. When they showed a picture of Tom Brady and George Blanda. And they're 43 years old, and it's either a credit to Tom Brady and his TB12 program, or George Blanda looked like he was like 60. You know? It's different. And George Blanda's probably smoking cigarettes at halftime. Just a different world. But not my quarterback. But and I guess a continuation of that shot on goal. You've got the two oldest quarterbacks ever face each other this coming weekend when the Saints play the Patriots. I'm gonna quietly root for the Buccaneers to win. And then he'll lose the following week to the Packers. So that's my shot on goal. I've got one more. In the world of strange news, 2 gorillas in the San Diego zoo have COVID. The third one, there's 3. The third one is asymptomatic. He tested negative, but 2 gorillas have tested positive. I'm telling you, this is end of day stuff right here. We got gorillas with COVID. So
that means those gorillas have been out and not social distancing at bars and restaurants. Right.
Well, it's clearly, now if they were in New York, it would be different, New York State. But they think that they got it from the guy who works with the gorillas, because I guess he was COVID positive. Wow. And was loving all over him, and off you go. Speaking of New York, and we've got Brian Cristiano on. You brought it up. Did you see Andrew Cuomo did an about face yesterday via Twitter and said we got to open things back up? Yeah, while the numbers in New York they're worse now than they were at the beginning, but we got to open things back up. And I don't want to hold all that crap because it's not worth it. I did have 2 other quick shots on goal. Unless you got something else, go ahead.
I'm good. I'm number 46. I'm just waiting for an explanation. That's all.
Yes, sir. I still can't give you one. But 2 other kind of quick shots on goal in the sales marketing world, because people pay attention for this kind of stuff. Today is day 2 of Larry Levine's 2021 Authentic Selling Challenge. I watched it. It was really good. I would tell you all to check that out. Go to LinkedIn, look up Larry Levine, and you can find it. I think it's 10 days it's at noon o'clock every day. And, there's some good information, some great speakers. I would check it out. So that's number 1. Number 2 is LinkedIn rolled out this new audio aspect where it's a little audio button that's right next to your name, and it's 10 seconds. It was actually intended for you to say Tim Lord. So you'd say your name. So like if you had some weird name, people were like Brian Cristiano, in case people didn't know what it was. Right. Great opportunity to sell a product. So if you go to mine, I don't know if you did it. You did do it. But if you did mine, hey, Paul, good morning. And 10 seconds is a lot of time to record. And so I just simply say, hey, this is Eric. I'd love to get you a sample of a perfect crust pizza liner. Just something like that. Sure, and it's out there. It's available. It's just something different. And you know what's going to happen? About 5%, 4% of the people on LinkedIn will take advantage of it. Right. And then they'll be amazed. Like, how did you do that? And they'll have their minds blown. So that's quick shot on goal right there.
Speaking of LinkedIn, I think that a number of people don't even know that you can leave voice instead of writing the templated, little email message to everyone. Thank you for connecting. You can leave a voicemail. It's so much more personal. And lastly, I would also like to shout out Brian Cristiano has a course coming up. I think it's on the 25th. And if you want to put that in a comment, Brian, we'll push that out as well. It's gonna be a great course for people that are trying to get their business rolling and rocking.
Well, while we're talking about Brian Cristiano, dude, can you please stop with all the videos of you skiing on Instagram? Making me sick. I'm tired of seeing all that stuff. So anyway, well, let's get to our guest. You wanna do the honors here?
Sure. Our guest is Adrian Salisbury. He makes professional video look easy. Through his training, he works with solo entrepreneurs throughout the world, and to make them look their best on camera. Maybe we should work with them a little bit more. And he is the face of ECAMM Live, their ECAMM Live Academy. I'd like to welcome a guy that helped me get through the COVID and make my business stronger. Welcome, Adrian.
Hey.
He's still here.
Have me on here, guys. I am still here. Yeah, I did threaten Eric that I might run if his questions are going to be too hard. But
yeah, we make it a little crazy. You never know. But Adrian, first question. I did send you a connect request on LinkedIn. I'm guessing you just haven't seen it yet. So,
okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Surely, but Tim, I'm sure you have more hard hitting questions than I do. So you want to kick it off? You're an ECAMM guy. So
I am an ECAMM guy, and I did a little deep dive, and kudos to you, Adrian. Not a lot of information about yourself can be found other than your incredible courses. So I know you're probably very private. You were a photographer for 17 years before you went into video, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I know that you are a man of faith, and that's something that my hat is off to you for that as well. But you had said in an interview that you credit a guy named James Wedmore and a course that you took through him that helped you propel you into what you're doing now. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Certainly. Yeah, you're right. I've been a photographer, and I got to a point where I'm driving around the country going to photo shoot after photo shoot. And for a long time, it was great. But I'm thinking, this isn't where I want to be. I'd love to get online. I love this. I remember hearing somebody before that talking about making money while you sleep and thinking, yeah, that's a dream. But just getting into this whole online course, online training. So I kind of shifted from as a photographer, everyone comes to you and goes, couldn't help me do this, could you? Or I've got this camera and I don't know how to set it up, or what's the best one? So I first started out with an online photography course, teaching people how to get started with an SLR camera. And I then sort of went, what do I do with this? I've built this thing. How do I get it out there and promote it? And very clever marketing, I'm sure, went on behind the scenes. I spotted James Wedmore's advert for this Business by Design, watching his intro video talking about exactly the pains that I was experiencing. So I never anticipated creating video at this point. It was all about photography. But as I started showing up in this community of James's and talking about promoting this photography course, everyone's going, your videos really stand out. How on earth are you doing it? And enough people said it that I went, okay, maybe there's a different business model here, and kind of shifted at that point and started the Pro Video Academy. And that's how it all started.
What kind of gut check went into that to basically leave the photography side that was probably paying the bills to do this? I mean, that had to have been a major moment of like, all right, here we go.
I know, and I think this is, and I'm now helping people make this shift themselves and start an online business and things, certainly through this COVID period that nobody expected. Everyone's sort of at home going, I feel unstable, could I do this online? Or maybe I've been thinking about it for a while. And you've got to just have this tenacity really of going, I want this, this is doable. You start hearing these stories of people saying about their lifestyle and thinking, I can have that, I can do that. There's been a long journey. It is not, it's no overnight success really. And I think a lot of times along the way, people are saying to me, how's the business? It's not there yet type thing. And you can just see people going, yeah, when's he going to give up this dream and go back to his real job? Right. But just something in me was going, no, I am going to get there. And actually, COVID has been the best thing that ever happened to our business. Because all of a sudden, everybody wants to get onto video. Everyone's thinking about creating online courses. All of these conferences and that suddenly are now virtual. We've actually been in exactly the right place, and I know it's been a nightmare for most people, but we've been in that few that have actually really, our businesses, we've been in the right place at the right time.
COVID sped up a lot of things. I think the industry that I'm in, the industry, we were going this way anyway, but COVID just kick stuff right in the ass, right? I mean, obviously you did for my business. Tim's business did great through COVID. I want to ask you. Well, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I think one of the big areas that we saw this in, ECAMM particularly, was churches that all of a sudden are going, okay, we've been thinking about, or someone in our congregation's been saying we should have this online, and all of a sudden, overnight, everyone's gone, right, we've got to shift this online now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, one of the questions I had, and I maybe you know the answer to it, but what is the big number one platform that people are going live to? I'm assuming it's Facebook, but is it YouTube? Is it what is it?
It really depends on where your audience are. I'm, as you've probably discovered, I'm not big on LinkedIn. I can't actually get approved to go live on LinkedIn yet either, probably because I don't use the platform enough. A lot of people love Facebook. As an experience, I would rather be going live on a Facebook, on Facebook rather. You know, the chat and things that are going on. If somebody's watching this back in a replay in Facebook, it's a better experience to watch that back through. YouTube is becoming more and more popular. When I go live, I tend to go to through a third-party app called Restream, which works very much the way StreamYard does, that I can go to multiple platforms at once. If I go live to my Facebook page and to my YouTube channel, it's about 50-50 in terms of when I look at the stats after who showed up. And weirdly, I can get a different type of question from someone on YouTube to someone who's on Facebook. So I don't think there is it's really where you're growing your channel, where you're growing a tribe or a following. And if you're all in on YouTube and then all of a sudden you go, right, apparently I'm supposed to live stream out to Facebook, then, you know, it doesn't make sense. You need to be where you've been growing that audience. So if LinkedIn is very much where you spend all your time and very few of your people are on Facebook, then stay on LinkedIn.
Now, I know that you also have a YouTube Academy and a Kajabi Academy as well. And doing a little research on on that Kajabi product, is that what you use to push out your own courses?
Yeah. So just a little background for that, really. I mean, I came into video because I wanted to help people really get over this barrier and just show them how simple this can be to get from, you know, zero to this kind of quality. And then I'm getting this community of people that are coming through our Pro Video Academy who then want to live stream. And I come across ECAMM, for instance, and I go, right, I need to teach them about ECAMM. YouTube is where most of our customers first find us. So I say, I want to teach these people YouTube. And Kajabi is what our whole online business is built on. So again, I want to teach them Kajabi. So it's not like I've randomly gone, oh, what can I teach somebody on this? I think people look and go, he's got like 4 academies running here, but they all really do fit together. And it's basically all those key products that I'm using day in, day out. But yeah, Kajabi is our website, it's our emails, it's all of our academies sit in there, all our payments, everything is handled inside that. So yeah, it's a fantastic platform, and they've actually just got a big 45-day challenge starting up next week. So yeah, I'm kind of pushing people to that, but it's clashing as well timing-wise with our ECAMM Academy that I will be very much in and running for 2 weeks as well.
You set me up for the next question. Talk about your ECAMM Academy that's coming up a little bit.
Yes. I mean, ECAMM as a platform is fantastic, as a tool, I should say, not as a platform. And I think where it goes on from something like StreamYard here, and StreamYard is amazing. And I think if somebody's on a PC and they said to me, what should I be using? I would absolutely say StreamYard. I think I met Gage, he's a great guy, did a great job on the platform. But it's quite limited, and it's, you know, you're kind of in boxes really as to what you can do. You can't, for instance, move around these tiles. You can't vary the sizes of, or not without sticking into, a tight formula. ECAMM is totally free, and I can reposition things around on the screen. I can bring branding up. I can play videos. To me, the main thing is just getting used to scenes, which is like really running a show that you're going scene 1, scene 2, and you kind of work down this, like somebody might do with a PowerPoint presentation and just jumping through scenes. So we found there's all these people getting onto ECAMM and going, this looks great, but I'm not getting the best out of it, and I'm not quite sure how to get there. So What we did is I've partnered really with ECAMM and said, I'll take the training side of it on. And so really anyone that's coming onto ECAMM and is just finding it a little bit harder than they think, or they're seeing other people doing great things, what we've done is we've put together this ECAMM Academy that really runs as like a 2-week live event. And every day I drip out a set of videos and some tasks and say, right, this is as far as I want you to get today. Then the next day, and we do that across 5 days. Every day I show up on a live, and it just works really well. We've been blown away by the response that we get from it. And a lot of the people that have been through come back round again. I don't know if you see that, Tim, but it's guys that are going, I really enjoyed it, and although I've got the training, I want to come back through again, because there's something about, there's a real buzz around that community and that time that we're in together.
No doubt. I think I reached out to you maybe a couple of months later and said, I didn't get through everything, I want a refresher. And you said, oh God, it's yours forever, here you go.
Yes. So all the online training, all the videos that have been dripped out to you each day are there. They're yours for life. And then what I do is affiliates can come back through again half price, just to join in and get that experience, get on the lives again. And I've had people emailing me this week going, I really need it because I took it last time, but I really want to nail it this time around.
Well, you make it look so smooth. Oh, you're like picture in picture, and here's a PowerPoint presentation, and you move yourself over here, and you're like trying to take notes, and you need to be in it up to your elbows, I think, to really look smooth. But I'm sorry, Eric.
That's very much what this. And I think people don't appreciate how you can use these scenes, how you can get it already in advance. You can have a folder. So like now I've got an ECAMM demo folder that I just open up, and I can work through these different scenes and demonstrate things to you. So yes, it might look like there's a lot going on, but I've prepped it in advance. So actually all I'm doing is literally clicking a button to go from one to the next. And that's what I love. And people come back and we get onto day one and they go, wow, I've had my money's worth already and I've only done day one.
Right. Can you talk about the equipment that you would recommend for lives? I mean, I think you had mentioned in an interview that I listened to that, people want to get on lives, but if they don't look good and they don't have have made the investment in, you can make the investment in the course, but making the investment in your equipment is equally as important.
Yeah. And I think, yes, you can jazz all this up and have all frilly things going on around the screen and that. But actually, if the video and the audio is bad, it's not saying a great deal about you, is it? And I think even more so now, and we've certainly found people have been coming to me saying, I just saw you on whether it's like a Zoom call or something, and they're going, your quality really stands out. And it's having that sort of impact when you show up and you're talking to a community or a group that they go, wow, where's your video just stands out about, whatever. It's that sort of impact that you can have by getting this going. So it is, I should have given you a link to an equipment list actually. We have a free equipment list that you can take away with all the Amazon links and things. To run through this.
What is the link? Well, maybe Wes can throw it out there. What is the link? Do you know what it is, Adrian?
Don't
worry about it. Don't worry about it.
We'll find it. Hang on.
He's gone. He's gone. Right. He's just like, I'm out. So already good stuff, right? What happened there?
I'm jealous of his hair too. I mean, he's got these.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I mean,
do
you think that's one of those things of like, before he goes live, he's like straight to supercuts, or
Well, I did. I went and got a haircut at COVID, and I took a picture literally of Adrian, and I said, I want to look like this.
I want to look like this.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry I just disappeared out of your show then. I literally just clicked on my links and it opened it up straight over the top of StreamYard.
That's all right.
I'm sitting looking away at it, and then I suddenly thought, where's my window gone?
Hey, I want to ask you I've got a very deep journalistic question for you.
Come on, then.
This is journal school stuff here, but what's your favorite Def Leppard song? He got
he's like, so it is.
He's like a human butterfly.
My favorite band. How do you put them down to?
Well, Nate, you got a favorite?
Probably Rocket.
Yeah. All right. He leaned back. He just like, whoa.
Oh, dude, yeah. Right, Rachel has just posted in here actually my equipment list in the comments. Thank you, Ray. I didn't even realize she's following along.
That's your wife, right?
That is, yes.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. Hi, Rachel. I was going to ask, literally one of the questions I had, like, how far out of your league? She's so out of your league. I mean, how did you do that? I don't even know how that happened. Do you pay her to be with you?
No. Yeah. Well, yeah.
I know she is. Here's maybe a deeper dive question, but serious. What did you learn from Salisbury landscaping that you still apply today?
Wow. You have been deep. What do the whole business. So yeah, that was my parents' business that I went and joined many years ago.
I know.
Out of an opportunity that at the time, my parents were having they were struggling with the business and they wanted some help. I'm just conscious of what I'm saying out here. But I went and joined them in the business.
What did you learn business-wise from that you still apply? Is there anything that you still take away from that?
Totally. I joined them in in a small business. They got about 30 guys that would go out doing commercial work. I still today kind of organize files and things, and the way, I see in very small and hands-on how to run a business like that. But just this customer service, this serving first, and actually if you've underpriced it, that's our cut, that's our lookout. We still deliver the same thing to the customer, and there's just this sort of attitude, and it's a bizarre part of my journey. I should have ended up running that business. My dad wanted to retire from it, was handing over this landscaping business to me, and I just went, it's not what I wanted. I kind of came into it a bit by accident. I lasted about 6 or 7 years there, and got cold feet when I was supposed to take it on. And thankfully, I wouldn't be doing this if I'd have just taken the easy option and gone with him.
Yeah, I would have. It was meant to be. Intervention. Yeah, for sure.
When you and Rachel go out to eat at Prezzo, what's your favorite meal?
I did see Prezzo on your notebook, actually.
Eric holds up his questions for the audience. Eric holds up his questions and tells people they can't read them. So
they do a really nice pizza, actually, that I like. Yeah. A nice kind of meaty pizza, and I still keep going, but I try all the different other Italian dishes and I go, I like their pizza. Posh pepperoni pizza, they call it, and it's laid out on like this wooden platter, and you can see me getting excited again now. You're killing me. I'm not allowed to go out to restaurants at the minute. Salivating.
I'm gonna save this next question, I think, and it's nothing crazy like that. But I'll save this for the OT. But how state of mind for people in the UK regarding lockdown? I know you guys are back in a deep lockdown. What's the mood? Are people ready for this? Obviously to be over, but
We've got. People have got too laid back with it, and I think if you're watching the news and you're kind of keeping up and you're seeing these numbers, it's really scary actually, because it's higher than it was at the start. I I'm walking the dog. It's the only thing we're allowed to do, and I'll bump into someone, and some of them are terrified by it. Others are going, nah, it's all inflated, and they're carrying on as normal, and part of it I think is that people are just fed up with it, and first time around we're all it was kind of exciting in a way, wasn't it? We're all kind of watching the news. What is this? It's never happened before, and I think we're in months later now, and I think knowing that vaccines are coming fast, I fear that people are kind of going, it's all right because this is coming soon. It's going to solve all the problems. We don't need to be as serious. Right. So I fear it isn't really taken seriously enough. And they are definitely, in the last I'm seeing on the news, the police are really stepping up. They're actually raiding when neighbours are saying, my neighbours have got a party going on next door. The police are showing up and raiding it and fining everybody, and So yeah, they really are, there's more of a threat than there has been, I think. Yeah.
Well, we're going to wrap today up. Tim, you got any more questions, or you want to take this into the OT?
Yeah, we can take it into the OT. I just want to, before, if no one's going to watch, we won't be, broadcasting that out till Friday. But I just wanted to thank Adrian so much. I mean,
Adrian, how can people get a hold of you besides LinkedIn? Where can people find you? Number one.
Yeah. Adrian, if you look Adrian Salisbury most places, but if you go adriansalisbury.com is my website, and right at the bottom of that page are all my social links to Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, anywhere else. Yeah, there you go. So yeah,
not Salisbury Landscaping though.
No.
Not there.
Actually, fun fact, they sold the land to that about 6 years after I left for millions. If I'd have stayed there and kept that business, I wouldn't need to be doing any work now.
Right. It's crazy how, life zigs and you zagged and here you are doing what you should be doing. And sounds like a couple different
as a photographer, I used to have people saying to me, oh, my son's interested in getting in photography. What did you go to uni? Did you do this? And that again was a very unusual journey into it, from working in a shop to landscaping to a web designer to a photographer, and now here I am teaching video online. So you can't write it. And I think when the youngsters are kind of feeling like they're coming out of school or uni with all this pressure of what am I going to do, actually just get something and get going and just get some momentum, and who knows where the journey goes.
Well, I just to sum up, he just talked about action. Take action. Do something. Right? We're going to wrap up today. Next week, we're on Thursday as opposed to Tuesday, and we've got YouTube's Evan Carmichael on next week, which should be a good show. And so I think that's at 2:00. Trying to remember.
Yeah, I believe so. Yep.
Yeah. So we're not on Tuesday. We're on Thursday next week. So we'll have to change that. But Evan Carmichael next week. So we're going to wrap this up for today. Wes, can you bring us back on the screen there? There you are. Wes, jump on here. Wes is our producer extraordinaire. So if anybody in the ECAMM group is watching this and you want a guy that can host your show for you for pretty inexpensive, this is your guy. He is a big fan of Britney Spears. He'd like to meet her. You can follow him on Twitter at Oops Wes Did It Again.
If she's watching.
Yeah, she's watching. Oops Wes Did It Again on Twitter. He's a big fan. So other than that, Wes, you got any thoughts or comments on today?
Just glad to have Adrian on the broadcast. He's awesome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, guys,
great to be here, guys.
Yep, we'll see you later, and we're going to the OT, which will drop on Friday. So we will see you later. As always, have a great day and be incredible.
See ya.